Hi! Welcome all kumihimo lovers. I've got a real treat for you today. My name's Prumihimo and I'm going to show you how to do half round braid. Sometimes it's called half flat braid. And that does rather indicate that one side is a bit rounder and the other side is a bit flatter. It kind of looks at a glance like more of a flat braid, I'd say. But the great difference is it has a beautiful curve to it. It's a really useful braid. It's fabulous for pendants, particularly the more substantial, weighty ones where you want something really strong to hold them, perhaps like this heavy pendant I'm wearing or this one on here. It's also lovely for bracelets. And you can use all sorts of different materials for it. You can use satin cord, you can use cotton ribbon, you can use organza ribbon, and styles. You can have a double wrap bracelet. And you can even use it as the basis for further embellishment with a needle and thread and beads. So it's a fabulous braid and I feel privileged to be bringing it to you. So let's get started. So this is the setup. You may notice I've turned my disc over just so that I'm not distracted by the numbers. And all I've done is I've put a dot at the top, bottom and on both sides. We could also refer to them as north, south, east and west. Now there are a lot of moves in this braid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through them once and then I'm going to take you through them again, explaining a little bit more. So how we start off is I take the cord to the left of the top dot and I bring it across to below the right hand dot. I then take the cord on the right of the top dot and bring it across to below the left hand dot. Now I take the cord on the left of the bottom dot and bring it across to above the right hand dot. And now I take the cord to the right of the bottom dot and bring it to above the left hand dot. Now I'm going to take the cord right just above that dot on the left hand side and bring it down. This time I'm not crossing over, I'm going straight down to the left hand side of the bottom dot. And I take the cord above the right hand dot and bring it straight down to the right hand side of the bottom dot. Now I take the cord below the left hand dot and bring it up without crossing over to the left hand side of that top dot. And now I take the cord below the right hand dot and bring it without crossing over to the right hand side of the top dot. That completes the sequence. Now I need to reposition the cords to bring them back to their starting positions. So I just close up those cords on either side. And it doesn't matter which order I do those in. So yes, there are quite a few moves to remember. But there are a few little helpers as well. When you read, you always start at the top on the left-hand side, and that is what you do in this braid. You also need to remember that this braid's very symmetrical, so the cords are worked in pairs, and one pair will do a move and the other of the pair will do its mirror image. Also, when you move some cords at the top, you do the same at the bottom. So you will soon get into the rhythm of it. So now I'm going to take you through again, talking a little bit more about each move. So we start off, as I said, as if we were reading, with that top left cord. And we bring it across and to below the right hand dot. Now I'm going to do the mirror image. I'm going to take the top right hand dot and bring it across to below the left hand dot. So those are the top cords. Now I'm going to do the bottom cords. Again, think of reading, I'm going to start on the left hand side. So I take that left hand bottom cord and I bring it up and across to above the right hand dot. And now I do the mirror image. So this time it's the cord on the right of the dot that goes across and over to above the left hand dots. Now, all the cords are concentrated at the sides of the disc. In the full sequence, each cord is moved once. So I know I've moved these ones, I've just put them there. So it's these ones in the middle I concentrate on now. So again, my first cord of those is the one on the left, and it's the top one. So I'm going to take the top left-hand cord, and this time we don't cross over. So this time we go straight down to the left-hand side of that bottom dot. Now I do the mirror image. So I take the cord above the right-hand dot, and I bring it straight down to the right-hand side of that bottom dot. So now there are just 2 cords left to be moved. So I take the left-hand one, and I bring it up to the left-hand side. No crossing over. I didn't cross over at the bottom there. I don't cross over here. I bring it up to the left-hand side of the top dot, and my final cord to be moved in the sequence is this cord, and I bring it up to the right-hand side of the right dot. So now every cord has been moved once, so all I have to do is that repositioning just to make it the starting positions. What you need to do is give yourself the chance to have the peace and quiet to learn this. Don't have the television on, don't have people around you, don't have loud music on. Just work through these moves, and you can keep rewinding and working through them again and again with me. I'm going to do them once more, this time without comment. So just keep repeating it, working with me. And after a while, you'll start to feel much more confident, and you'll start to find that you do know which chord the next one is. And just keep practicing. Don't worry with your first practice braid if you make mistakes, just carry on. And then after a while, peep underneath, and you'll see that a beautiful braid has been forming. Now I'd like to show you how you can get some really great patterns on the surface of the braid with this design. So this is one of my favourites, and for this one you just need to put your contrast colour above the side dots in both positions. And what you will notice with this is it looks a little bit different on one side and the other, and you'll get that with all half round braids. There's no real front or back. You might prefer one or the other, that's fine. I always think this side looks a little bit more like a little red heart there. So that's a really useful braid. The next braid I'd like to show you has one colour down the centre and the other on the sides. So for this, you need to put one colour above the dots on either side and on either side of the bottom dot. And you put your other colour on either side of the top dot and below the dots at the sides. And that makes another really attractive braid. Perhaps you'd like to try this. Again, slightly different on either side. To get this effect, just keep your main colour, this will be on the sides, on either side of the top dot and below the side dots. Then put one colour above the side dots and the other colour below on either side of the bottom dot, and that's the effect you'll get. So, how was that? I know there are a lot of moves to learn, but give it a go. Trust me, it's really worth it. It's a fabulous braid and a really useful tool for your kumihimo skills. So please give it a go. And I'd like to show you this, which is an embellished piece. This is made using half round braid. I've just done it in one single colour, and then I've used that as the basis for my bead embroidery. And this actually was a competition piece. So I was really pleased with this, and you can have a lot of fun with this and really explore your own creativity with this sort of design. So, are you wondering how it did in the competition? It came second. Okay, not brilliant, but I was very pleased with that because there were some very experienced people in the competition, and this is quite a few years ago. So if you've enjoyed this video, and if perhaps you'd like to see more of the sort of things that I have to show you, I've got projects, I've got tutorials for different designs, I've got techniques, and if you hit the subscribe button, then you'll be able to be notified of when I upload new things. You might also want to have a look at my website. I've got lots of interesting things on the prumihimo.com website. I've got tutorials, I've got information, I've got inspirational ideas, a blog, so there's lots happening there. So until next time, bye!